Today I'm going to teach you how I line up my sweaters or shirts for embroidery. There's two different ways you can do this. You can fold it in half like I just did, or you can use these t-shirt rollers that I got from Amazon. There's also some on the TikTok shop. And you'll need a water-soluble pen or chalk. I start by marking the center and then drawing a line at the bottom of the ruler. And then I'm going to extend this line all the way down. You're going to see me draw some sides to basically make a box. But that's only because I didn't grab a bigger ruler. So the box really isn't necessary. I didn't have a bigger ruler. Anyways, just make that center line as long as your hoop is. Alright, now you're going to see me switch to a maroon shirt. That's just because I wasn't ready to embroider the black shirt, but the maroon one was already marked. Anyway, start by putting your cutaway stabilizer inside the sweater. Try to center as best as you can. Now you're going to take the top part of your hoop and look at where the middle lines are. Mine has little indications on it. Some hoops come with a guide, but mine did not, so this is how I do mine. Just remember that you want the back of your hoop to come out the top of the head hole. This makes it so much easier to put it on the machine later. So now we're going to line up the center of the hoop with the line we just drew. My line wasn't quite long enough, so I grabbed my ruler and drew it longer. Alright, now that you have it lined up how you like it, grab some kind of tape. I like to use this masking tape, paper tape, whatever you want to call it. And we are going to tape our hoop to our shirt. Try not to make the pieces too long. I wouldn't use something super sticky that's going to ruin your sweater. Now you can grab your bottom hoop and we're going to put it in between the fabric. You have to be a little careful here because the masking tape isn't super sticky, so it can still shift your hoop. And then just take your time and clip your hoop in there, making sure nothing shifts. You can still check your line and make sure everything's good. Just really take your time here. This is like the hardest part of hooping to me. Now that you struggled with that for a while, you can tighten the hoop. And then we are going to flip our sweater inside out. This will make sense when you're putting it on the machine. It's so we can get all this extra material out of the way and making sure we're not stitching it. Once you get it flipped inside out, this is what it should look like. And then you grab your tape again, kind of roll up the sides and tape it down. But don't tape anywhere that you are going to embroider. The tape will absolutely gum up your machine. You can also use a hair clip as long as it's not going to get in the way of your machine. I just find that tape works best and I have a whole lot of it. Alright, this is totally optional, but if you can see on my design, I made a little box with a line going through it right behind mom. You don't have to do this on your design if you don't want to. It's just a good way to see if you're centered completely or not. Alright, now you can take it to your machine. Make sure you hoop everything correctly. You can hit trace on your machine to see if your machine's going to run into any of this extra fabric. Then you can add your water-soluble stabilizer on top and start your embroidery. I am going to show you what it looks like with that line going down the middle. So this little box is showing me exactly where everything's going to be stitched. And the line going right down the middle tells me I have everything lined up exactly how I need it to. So I can put my stabilizer down and feel confident that everything's going to turn out exactly how I'd like it. And here's a picture of my finished sweater. I still need to throw it in the washer to get all those lines off and clean up those loose threads. Thank you for watching.